Hey guys, the reason why I made this video is to showcase what the different elements in the exhaust system do and how they change your tone. I didn't find a video out there that showcases that. Plus, I wanted to, for myself, I wanted to have videos of each and every step. So if something doesn't sound good, I can go back and I know, to up until which point it sounded good and what I could possibly do to, fix the issue. Now, I didn't finish this video how I hoped I will, for the sheer reason that I decided to put a V8 into my 3.7, so I didn't end up doing the last step or two. But I will, at the end of the video, I will explain what I had in mind of doing and what I think could solve the issue once going catless. Now, the way I did this video is I broke the sound clips into sections. So each, as I change an element, let's say I add the shorty headers, you'll have first you'll have a cold start clip, then idle, then some revs, a takeoff clip, a drive-by clip, a ghost cam clip, then me driving around with the windows open, and then with the windows closed, and it's in some of those sections you will have me driving on the highway and talking about the exhaust. So each change is broken down into those sections, and at the end of the video I will do cold start, revs, takeoff, drive-by, and ghost cam. I will A/B them. I will put all the different setups one after the other real quick, so you can get an idea of how the sound changes, because the video is going to be pretty long, so it'll be dragged out, and that way you'll really have a better understanding of what happens when you add resonators, when you delete your cats, etc. I don't have, actually, I bought the car with some aftermarket mufflers, random no-name mufflers. So I don't have a clip with stock exhaust, but since you're watching this, you probably know how your car sounds stock. Now, I didn't really bother filming that setup too much. There's only a couple of clips, and then we jump into me installing the rest of my exhaust. Now, what I installed was Borla ATAK mufflers, Shorty Headers, GT H-Pipe, and then I did a Cat Delete, and then I put resonators on. That's the final video. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into it, or this video is going to be like an hour long. So here we go. So this is the noise level right now in the car with the almost stock mufflers. The noise level is not loud of the mufflers. My speaking volume level is at minimum. So this is with Shorty Headers. At idle, I don't hear a difference. It's not really louder. But when you step on it, or not even step on it, just when you accelerate, it is louder. It's louder than without the Shorties. Not a lot, but noticeable. I'm just waiting for the green light to turn on. And this is with the windows rolled up. I'm not really accelerating fast because traffic sucks right now, but try and fuck, another red light. I'm driving on the highway now. I think it's a bit noisier than it was. I can't really say. I'm driving, what is it, 80 miles an hour. Bit of a send here. 100 miles an hour. Definitely a bit louder than it was, but it's not droning at all, which is great. No drone, just sound. And yeah, it's decent. You can have a normal conversation without having to yell. It's okay. This is with the windows down. Barely touching the gas pedal, and you can already hear the exhaust. I'll see if there's no one behind this corner. I'll take over him. Yep. This is regular city driving. I'm doing 50, 60 miles per hour. It's not really that much louder in the cabin. You can have a normal conversation, no problem at all. When you accelerate, it is a bit louder, but again, it's not obnoxious. We'll see when we go catless. I'm sure there'll be a difference, but as of now, it's just a bit louder, but yeah, nothing major. I don't have to yell or anything like that. I just got the H-pipe installed, and wow, fucking wow. What a huge difference. I actually didn't expect anything. I was like, I thought it would be minor, if anything, but it sounds wow. It's deeper, it's louder, it sounds more like a motorcycle for some reason. Now I'm on the highway. Let me just floor it. Yeah, it's louder in the cabin when I floor it, but still, you can have a conversation. You don't need to yell. Grandpa? Windows up. Second gear. Third gear. Driving on the highway, my usual talking voice, just volume wise, just my normal regular talking. The car is louder, it's fucking louder. If I want to have a conversation, I would have to talk like this for my passenger to, you know, to properly hear me, which is, it's not yelling, but it's talking quite loud. So yeah, if I let off the gas pedal, it's regularly loud, maybe a bit louder. Everything's fucking louder, but it's just a bit tad louder without me having my foot on the gas. But now I'm what, at 2,000 RPM, so I'm cruising literally, and it's loud. It really is, compared to what it was with the catalytic converters on. I'm still not sure if it's droney or not, or if it's just, you know, if it's just the sheer sound, or if it's droning. But it starts to get really loud, and what seems to me to be drone at 2,000 RPM, until I reach 3,000 RPM, it seems to be droney, and then it just stops being droney, and the rasp really kicks in. So it becomes really raspy at 3,000 RPM. I just got into the car, so I didn't have a chance to send it and see when the rasp will stop. I only got up to 3,500 RPM. It's quite some traffic, so I can't really do it right now. But yeah, it's louder. It's droney, I'm afraid, but resonators should take care of that. I can't really go crazy because it's raining and there's some traffic, so fortunately right now I can't go really any faster or higher in RPMs, but around 2,500 it starts droning really bad. Again, I'm still not sure if it's drone or if it's just super fucking loud, but it is nasty, so I'd say it's fucking drone. As for raspiness, it kicks in around 3,000 RPMs, and it's loud as fuck on the inside, so I can only imagine how loud it is on the outside. Third gear locked in. Lock it in third gear. It still crackles, and it doesn't pop, but it crackles, but not as much as it does without cats. Sorry, without cats and no resonators. But it still has this nasty tone to it in the lower RPM range when you kind of get going. I'm guessing it's because of the axle backs. If it was straight piped, it probably would have. It would probably sound better. But the combination with the Borlas and no cats, just no good. It's less loud than it was with cats on. I don't need to talk loud at all. Normal conversation possible. Yeah, no drone whatsoever. The resonators got rid of basically all the sound, so no drone, no nothing. But the Rasp is still there. Not pleasant at all. I believe cold start will still be loud as fuck, but once it calms down, it doesn't sound good. Installed 22, I think, inch long resonators, the biggest ones I could find, hoping that they will eliminate the Rasp above 3,000 RPMs and deepen the sound. Now, they didn't eliminate the Rasp at all, from what I can tell now. I just got into a car. The Rasp is still there. Maybe it's not as annoying, as high-pitched as it was, but it's still there. As for... Jesus, it's fucking blowing like crazy. It's throwing me around the highway. As for deepening the tone, yeah, maybe a bit. I think those resonators are just too big. They're canceling out too much tone. So yeah, not really happy. resonators and not really being happy with how it turned out. What I wanted to do, what I planned on doing was buying high flow cats and removing the resonator that I put on and welding the stock resonator into its stock position, just putting it back in, and yeah, putting the high flow cats on. Now, in my opinion, that should help battle the Rasp and possibly get rid of most of it. Now, I had an idea of how to really pinpoint this issue. Record, after deleting cats, put a microphone or use your phone, but it would be better to use a microphone behind your exhaust and rev it up throughout the RPM range. Put it on your computer and using a audio recording software, simply pinpoint at which frequency the rasp starts and where it stops, and then simply, or you can use an app, phone app, that shows you frequencies. I think something like that's out there. I saw someone suggest that in the comments, so I didn't really check it out, but I'm sure there's something similar to that. With that information, when you know exactly at which RPM, in which frequency range your rasp lies, you can go ahead and contact the manufacturers of the resonators and ask them to give you their technical details, because each resonator cancels out certain frequencies. So it depends on shape and length and size of the resonator. It will cancel out different frequencies. So that's really the only way you can, exactly know what kind of, or maybe even two resonators you need to completely cancel out the rasp. I'm sure it's doable. I was about to do it, but again, I'm putting a V8 in, so I'm not gonna bother with it. This whole experiment cost me a lot more than it should. I could have just, went ahead and got everything on the car at once, but then I just wouldn't know what's wrong with the sound, because I would just have this end result that I don't like, and I would have to, it would end up costing me more because I would have to experiment with, what's wrong. This way, at least I know, and if you plan on doing any of these changes to your setup, you will have a better idea and understanding what's going to happen. So yeah, somebody just go ahead and find the frequency of the rasp and talk to one of the resonator manufacturers. Maybe they can, if they don't have a resonator out that's canceling out those frequencies, maybe they can make one, and somebody's gonna get rich making a resonator that makes the 3.7 not raspy when not having cats. So yeah, that's what I was planning on doing. Another idea was to have two sets of two sets of resonators. One would be placed after the mid pipe and before the over axles. A 22 inch long resonator like I used it, and another one would be in the stock position, an aftermarket one but in the stock position, or maybe even try the stock one. I don't know. I didn't get to that, so somebody try it out and let me know what works. I'm still curious about it. So good luck to all of you guys trying to figure this rasp thing out. I hope this video helps at least a bit. So keep it up.